Welcome to the Sacred Beyond. Today is day 71 of my 108-day commitment to create and communicate. And I'm sitting at my desk, which I don't sit at very often. I'm much more of a sit on a couch, sit on a bed kind of person to do my work. But today, in half an hour, I am leading my first Sacred Wealth activation class. I am so excited. I'm a little nervous, but mostly I am excited. Sacred wealth and our wealth codes and all that is coming in and coming through my wealth codes is coming together and integrating and cohering into a beautiful body of work. For those of you who have watched my videos over the last few weeks, you know that a week or so ago, I was going through a place where I had to let go of who I'm not and step more fully into who I am. And that is essentially the journey of becoming wealthy, of us coming in and accepting, receiving, allowing more and more of who we truly are to show up, to be a part of what we create and what we create within our lives. So I'm excited. I guess I just wanted to share my excitement with you today. I've created a beautiful little journal where we go into your codes, where we're actually going to go through a journey to activate your codes and to open up a field of possibility for you to create, for you to remember why you're here. One of my questions that's really been developing and deepening these last few weeks is, how much more of you are you willing to receive? And last week I got to choose how much more of me am I willing to receive. And it's not always easy because of course we come up everywhere where we've said no. I can't be more, I can't do more, I can't choose more, because what we risk is our safety. We risk our complacency. We risk our belonging in our old patterns, our old relationships, our old reality. And when we choose new, when we choose different, we become different. We become the different being that we actually already are, and we allow ourselves to become fully more of ourselves. So I'm stepping in, and I'm excited that women are joining me on this journey today. Here is our journal for our time together. Inside are the codes and the sacred geometry of the codes. And I'm taking the next steps on my journey. I'm stepping into my sacred beyond, what's beyond the known, what's stepping into the unknown for me. And I'm feeling very grateful, very held and very supported, and very nudged from behind, if you will. In that vein, I actually want to share an experience I've had over the last 24 years, maybe so, but let's encapsulate that down to 24 hours. I have had an opportunity to move into a beautiful renovated barn, and I got to go and see it last night, and it was a beautiful space. And I could imagine myself there, and I could imagine myself expanding beyond this tiny little home and allowing myself to fill up a sitting room, living room, kitchen, and a bedroom with its own doorway that actually opened into a bathroom with hot running water, and it was inside. I wouldn't have to go outside, and certain things that I've had to endure being here at the shed, chosen to endure, quite honestly. And I was so sure that I was going to be making this choice, and I shared the photos with a friend and was just so excited. And then I asked for very clear guidance. And I woke up this morning with this in my stomach, and I knew it was a no. And I was shocked. I fought with spirit. I fought with my intuition for about half an hour, 45 minutes as I lay in bed. And then when I came to my morning pages, I was reminded that I chose a card last night in my monthly women's circle of flexibility. And that card came back to say, remember me? You need to be flexible. You need to be able to, when what's next comes to you, you need to be fully available to receive it and not have any obligation or any like anchoring into what has been, because you need to be able to respond, say yes, and go. I was like, yeah, I could do that. But the truth is at the barn, I would be more tied. I might be more reluctant to let go. And I would perhaps not even hear the guidance for what's next. I'm sharing this with you because this was an experience that I've had, obviously, in the last 24 hours, where I had to listen so deeply, refine my listening, my honoring of what I know to be true. And I have to trust my no, and that this no is my opening up to such a much greater yes. And I'm sad. I was really looking forward to relaxing into the barn and feeling so held during the winter. I feel held here. It's a warm, cozy space, and it is perfect. Absolutely perfect, because it serves me in two ways. One is it's relatively cheap rent, and it's maybe slightly expensive storage. So I can leave here and leave my things here while I respond to whatever this adventure is that's calling me. And I can leave my things here to come back to. And then from the adventure and the experience I can then choose to open up to the next step of what else is possible. What's next? So I wanted to share this with you, because when we are tuned in, aligned with, activated in our divine codes, our wealth codes, we have access to a knowing and a wisdom and a trust that really does take us into the unknown. And it takes us beyond anything we've been able or willing to create before, to go beyond and create the extraordinary. So this is what I'm sitting in today. If this is at all of interest to you, or you're curious about it, I'm going to put the link into the Sacred Wealth stream below. I'm not sure when the next class is now, but this is me stepping into a stream, a flow, so I know that another class will be coming soon. Sacred Wealth. The reflection of how much of you, how much of us that we are willing to receive, willing to embody, willing to embrace. And from this reservoir of the fullness of the beauty, the truth, and the love of who we are, we shine our light. We create our courageous dreams, and we do. We bring forth beauty into the world. Until tomorrow.